Peace to the guys and goddesses, yo. This is your boy V-WiZ. You're now tuned into another episode of F.F.T. Food for Thought. Today's word is ego. Ego. Now this is a very tricky one right here, because a lot of people that they think that the ego, a lot of us think that the ego is a bad thing. Like I always tell y'all, man, there's really no such thing as good and bad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just different, you know what I'm saying, polarities and shit, right? So there is good for the ego and there is bad for the ego. You know what I'm saying? The ego is like a survival mechanism. It's something that we all have in this avatar that we live in and shit. This flesh, it's there. It's always gonna be there. The only way to get rid of the ego is to get the fuck off of Earth. That's the only way, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, the ego is like this, man. When we first came into this world, we had minimum to no ego at all. And you could tell because a child would crawl by the steps and fall right down the steps. Why? Never felt pain before, right? It might do it again a second time, a third time. But maybe after the fourth time or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That pain from the avatar is going to trigger something, and that's where the ego comes in at. Hey, yo, do you want to feel that pain again? Nah, the baby gonna stay the fuck away from the step from there on out, know what I'm saying? So it's like a learned thing, man, something that is learned. And that's why I say it's not really a bad thing. You know, ego is why ego is why a chick won't come outside with period stain in their white jeans and shit, knowingly, and walk around and shit. That's the good about ego right there. Or a nigga going to a chick's house to fuck her and shit with shit stain in his drawers and shit. That's ego right there. See what I'm saying? So they got good and bad, you know. Now the ego is something that always trying to intervene and shit with the spirit. It's like they always at conflict and shit, because the ego is logical thinking. And you know, the subconscious mind is spiritual. This is why when we do like sigil magic and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, the intentions and shit we put in there, we always take out the double consonants and the vowels and shit for a reason. It's to fucking trick the conscious mind, the ego and shit. Because if you don't trick the conscious mind gonna say, oh, that ain't gonna work, that ain't gonna work, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's for the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind, you know what I'm saying, it understands symbols, you know what I'm saying? That's for the subconscious mind right there. But yeah, so I'm telling you, ego, it has its good and it has its bad, but we have to balance that shit. You know what I'm saying? We can't allow the ego to just run wild and run crazy and shit. See, the ego doesn't like changes. It doesn't like to take risks. It like to continue on the same path. You know what I'm saying? It got a survival type of thing going on with it and shit, right? But you know, it's a difference between surviving and living. The spirit is about living and shit. The subconscious mind is about living, but the ego or the conscious mind is about surviving, and that's the difference. We don't want to survive, man. We want to live and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so ego is a good thing in the sense of, you know what I'm saying, keeping us, you know what I'm saying, from hurt and danger and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, a person that doesn't have an ego is somebody that if they standing there and shit, and some stranger came up while you're holding your child, you know what I'm saying, in their hand and shit, and some stranger came up and slapped the shit out of your child and shit, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have any ego, then you're just gonna let that slide. I want to see how many of your motherfuckers gonna let somebody slap your child in front of your fucking face and not do nothing. Well, that's ego right there. See, so that's the good part about ego, you know what I'm saying? If somebody touch my child like that, I don't want to talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But you know what's going down and shit. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, some things that we could do though to practice on how to, you know what I'm saying, keep the ego at bay and shit, is to do opposite shit. Don't do shit that's logical, because like I say, the ego is logical. You know what I'm saying? When you eating a cheeseburger, you know what I'm saying, instead of putting ketchup on it, put some peanut butter on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Switch the shit up, you know what I'm saying? It's just different. Just do the shit different. If you used to drink your juice before you eat and shit, I mean, if you drink your juice after you eat, you know what I'm saying, just drink your juice before. Do shit like that. When you do like shit that's out of the ordinary and shit, weird shit, is when, you know what I'm saying, you start, you know what I'm saying, being able to control your fucking ego. It's just doing weird ass shit, yo. I'm telling you. That's why I'm weird. I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? But this is your boy V-WiZ, man. I think this is about it for this one, man. The ego is neither good or bad, you know what I'm saying? And it's useful. It has use, alright? So use it, balance it, and that's it, yo. Peace to the gods and goddesses, yo. This is your boy V-WiZ signing the fuck off. Cheer.